Two here! Two!
Season's greetings, everyone. Hello and welcome to Cobham. It's Premiership Rugby Under-18 League and a derby to get us into the festive spirit. It's Harlequins Under-18s versus London Irish 18s. London Irish getting off to a fantastic start to this Under-18s campaign with a whopping 41-17 victory over Gloucester. Before I introduce our very special guest today, let's have a look at the two teams who'll be taking the pitch ahead of kickoff in a couple of minutes' time. Starting with Harlequins, who line up with Clark, Ayton and Ashworth in the front row. Green and Brown in the second row. Pearce Smith and Driscoll in the back row. Then into the backs we've got Clark and Flatley at 9 and 10 respectively. Amir Sultan-Edwards on the left wing, Jake Golding on the right, Kalade and Waghorn in the centres, and Ethan Knight at 15. Couple of last minute changes for London Irish. One on the left wing as Theo Williamson comes in. Two-try hero Rockley failed a COVID test, unfortunately. We wish him all the very best with his recovery, but he will not be a part of the team today. So Williamson on the left wing, Angelo Valentine on the right. It's Cross and Enright in the centres and Salisbury at fullback. Ollie Allen and Rory Taylor are both international under-18s. Allen will captain the side from scrum half. Then in the front row it is Reeves Hall, Day and Fassagbon, Sterling and Worley Brady in the engine room. Then Barton Knott, Hamblin and Bird make up the back row for today's visitors. Replacements for both teams then. Front row cover for Harlequins, Dory, Palmer, Tariba and Woodman. Front row cover for London Irish, Baird, Akpos and Dawood. No specialist scrum half replacement for London Irish. Also with Williamson going into the starting 15, Timmy Bakari will be wearing the 22 jersey for London Irish. Now I promised you a celebrity guest, didn't I? And I have none other than Connor Slevin. Harlequins first year senior academy, Connor, but you're injured at the moment because I saw you running round. How are your lungs after that?
Oh yeah, no, they've certainly become acclimatised, but no, they're struggling at the moment, just trying to get back, looking for a new year return, which would be nice.
So how has your first season, your first term with the senior academy gone?
Oh, I loved it. It's kind of great to live the life of a pro rugby player. Need to find some stuff to do in my spare time though. I'm getting a little bored. I'm not the biggest gamer, you see, so I need to find something, and there's only so much golf you can play.
I mean, that is not true. But what do you think you'll fill your time with then? Maybe studying something?
Yeah, I'm kind of looking, the RPA help us out a lot. I'm looking to maybe start a business related course, because that's what I did at school, and then hopefully just in preparation a bit of a stepping stone up to uni with the University of Surrey, hopefully.
Because you talk about doing stuff at school, you came through this pathway, didn't you? You were a Whitgift boy, so how did that work out with feeding you into the Harlequin system?
Yeah, so I actually joined here when I was under-16s, so fairly late to some of the lads here that joined under-14s. But no, yeah, it was a great setup and a great thing to have.
Speaking of some of the lads, you're getting a little bit of hammer. Who's just come over to say hello there?
This is Will Trenholm.
Of GB7's
yes,
fame?
Yeah, if you didn't know he played GB7s, yeah, that's him.
You can't see him because there aren't enough cameras, but he's come dressed as Tony Hawk today as well.
Brutal, yeah, he has a great dress sense.
Maybe after Christmas and a few more pigs in blankets, some of those clothes will fit. Either way, great to have everybody here. Lovely crowds building up as well. It is Harlequins versus London Irish, live from Cobham. London Irish in the green jerseys and Harlequins in the famous quarters. Sarah Cox reffing today as well. You ever done co-commentary before, Connor?
No, this is my first time actually. I think Sanger tried to get me in to do a Quins Live a few times, but I haven't been available, so no, I'm really looking forward to this.
You've just told us that you've got nothing to do in your spare time and that you've been injured, yet you've been too big time to do Harlequins Live. We will see about that in the new year.
Yeah, I think I need
goes, and we are underway. And that's a great tip. For the that was Connor Cross, the inside centre, first carry for him. Sigbon gets held up and Quins have ripped. Well, apologies everyone for the loss of signal there. You haven't missed anything though. It is still Harlequins 0, London Irish 0. Ben Waghorn knocking the ball on there in midfield, so we will restart with a set scrum. Connor, I was under the table trying to fix things here. Did I miss anything?
No, not really, to be honest. It's a good promising start though, from Quins, from both sides really. A few knock-ons, which is almost inevitable, at the start of the game, but warming into it.
So Ollie Allen, ball in hand, the captain. Front rows packing down are Ethan Clark, Willis, Tolly Reeves Hall, Rhys Day, the hooker, and Afo Fasagbon for London Irish. Fasagbon, the England international. How's your knowledge of what's going on in the front row?
I just know that it's a big nose off at the start of the game, that's all I know.
Because you're a 15 by trade, but you'll play wing, 10. They've not managed to shift you into the back row yet, have they?
Funny you say that. I did have I'm still living off playing a game at under-16 at school on the flank. I still live off that, but no, those are my positions by trade. Yeah, fullback is my favourite position.
Well, Quinn's looking to get the shove on, but the ball does come out, and Ollie Allen does well. Now there's Matt Salisbury coming into the line and getting it away to Alex Enright, who chases his own kick. Back goes Charlie Clare and does well before getting chased down in his in-goal area. It was the invention from Salisbury. Good chase from Ollie Allen.
Yeah, that's a really clever kick. And a nice cheat line from the 9 there as well.
Let's talk about cheat lines then. When you say cheat line, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, you see a lot of the scrum halves, they kind of give the ball, and instead of running, they kind of just run straight across the pitch, kind of beelining it, expecting a break, which they're obviously out of overlap, and you see the good guys do it like DC and a few of the top enders.
So real chance now for London Irish as Quinn's put the squeeze on at the scrum again. But first real bit of territory for London Irish. Looking to make it 2 wins from 2 early on in this Premiership Under-18s campaign. Cade Bird is the number 8. If this scrum goes backwards again, he might have a job to do. Again, the squeeze comes on, but Irish go up the short side, and that is a short ball to Connor Cross. Oh, and offloaded, and is it grounded? Oh, knocked on with the try. Not executed for Irish, and the score remains 0-0. So Quinn's over on the far. He continues to look that way as number 8 picks and goes, Jonathan Smith. Mullet. Fantastic. Very much a subjective description. Salisbury's underneath that, gathers it well, and then steps off the left foot, and the offload as well to Rory Taylor, who chips in. Good pace from Angelo Valentine, but it's a bit. Irish early though. Is that a push on Ludo Collade? Yes, it is. Frustrating.
I love that from Ludo. Just no mucking about, no waiting around. Let's just get on with it. Just really bring tempo into the game. Love it.
Yeah. 52. And the crowd right in front of us here. Everyone at ground level, crowding round the fences here at the Covent Curve. Will Ayton, the hooker for Harlequins. And it is Smith. They try and find, but it hasn't gone straight. And the opportunity gone for Harlequins. Johnny Green in the 4 jersey for Quins. You sure he's under 18?
Yeah, I mean he's a pretty big human, isn't he? I mean he was bigger than, you know, a lot of our year. I mean he was playing with our year actually last year. And yeah, he's just a big human.
Wait till you see Alfred Akpos when he comes off the bench for Irish.
I've heard a lot about this kid.
Oh, he's a big boy. He is a big boy. Irish get the scrum penalty, and Ollie Allen was away from the incorrect spot though. He tried to buy a couple of metres. And referee Cox brings them back.
Nowhere, boys. Nowhere. Let's go.
And Irish back in the Harlequins half, still 0-0. First 10 minutes gone. Quins struggling for territory. London Irish just the one visit to their opponent's 22.
Oh, get me up!
Knock-on advantage from the line out for Quins, so the chance to escape through Smith. Player of the tournament at St Joe's this year, good turnover. But we'll go back for the original knock-on. It's Cade Bird over the ball, the Irish number 8. A little lace adjustment, of course there is. Once again, very warm welcome to you all, wherever you're watching around the world. We'll be around the world as well. Better scrum from Irish this time. They won the penalty at the last scrum, but it does come out, and a chance for Quins to cut loose, which they do through Jamie Flatley, who's tackled there very well by George Hamblin, and then the penalty goes Irish's way. The first time we've really seen Jamie Flatley's gas, and it looked like he had a bit to offer.
No, he's a Whitgift boy, and I was at school then, played with him, so it's interesting to see him in the oh, he's just pulled up actually. But no, good to see him open up, definitely. He's a class player. Well,
Jamie Flatley, yeah, he's just down now having a stretch. Hopefully that's not terminal. And he's going to stay down as well. Hopefully this is fixable. Let's talk Whitgift then, because there are a lot of the Quins players who come through that pathway. I was at Cardiff University versus Cardiff Met the other day. There's an old Whitgifty and Ed Dunford who's still playing outside half there.
A great school and a great setup there. You know, we had Eugene Martin, who recently parted from the school, but no, Chris Wilkins is doing a great job there and has brought in a few OWs, Sam Morley to name one of them, carrying the torch that Eugene once bared.
Halfway through Harlequins into the senior academy and hopefully into. But I'd like to talk a little bit later about how it came about that you got invited to be a part of the academy. But first, let's get back to the action, because Roman Barton Knott has taken a carry in again, a little nudge in behind, and that's well cleared up. Sweeping in behind. And Sultan Edwards does well to stay in field. And Johnny Green. It's Ludo. Space, oh, that's very nearly brilliant by Jake Golding. Took it on the turn, tantalising kick. It's One of those 50-50s, wasn't it? If Theo Williamson gets there first, he's probably scoring a try for Irish. If Jake Golding takes it cleanly for Quins, then he's in under the sticks. Got to admire the ambition of the kicking game. But it remains Harlequins 0, London Irish 0. And the game's not really had any rhythm to it so far, has it, Connor?
No, not at all, which is, just a lot of penalties going either way. How far are we in? About 15 minutes in, and there's been no points, so I'm hoping for some, for better, for what's to come.
For the supporters who've come to watch today. Good few hundred here, which is great to see. People out enjoying the fresh air for Christmas. What are your Christmas plans? Putting on a few kgs, celebrations, Quality Street?
Well, yeah, I hope so. I need it. No, it'll just be the four of us at home. Managed to get rid of the family, but I think we're out there Boxing Day, so that'll be nice.
So London Irish back on the edge of the 22. They go short this time, and the offload's a training ground move. Oh, and a big bump by Rhys Day, but the pass went forward from Cade Bird. And another infringement costs London Irish. And they fluffed their lines inside the 22 again. But both teams showing a little bit of ambition, whether it's training ground moves or inventive kicks in midfield. Matt Salisbury. Oh, the kick gets charged down and it's back with Quins. Good chase. And he was a little bit tentative, Salisbury. Ashworth can carry Quins up to the 22. At the blind side they go. Johnny Green again. That ball spills out the side, and that'll be a line out over on the far side. Now London Irish having to clear. Talked about it being unseasonably warm. There is a bit of a breeze though. Doesn't seem to be affecting the kicking too much. Trying to decide which direction it's blowing in.
I couldn't tell you from down here, I'm afraid.
Say down here, you're about 6'3". Oh, in fact, it was Irish getting the last touch, so it is Quins' ball on the 22. Need to deliver and do. Johnny Green, the man who rises high. Here's Flatley again. Goes out early to Collade. Tries to put his centre partner through the gap. So Flatley to the line. Good shot on Ethan Knight, who rides it and then makes another metre. Ashworth. Big strong ball carrier, the tight head. Goes out one more time. There's Flatley. And then Ben Waghorn. Quins going coast to coast, but not really getting any go forward now until Jonathan Smith. It was quick ball, but indecisive from Clare, who goes up the short side. Someone's have to boot in the middle of the park. Harry Brown tips it on to maybe create some space. Good shot on Caleb Ashworth. Irish defending the 22 well. Little bit of drizzle starting. Now Jake Golding off his wing, pumps the pass. Cover tackle comes. Quins have been in the match so far. Again, tipped on by 8-1. Ethan Clark for Harlequins. Flatley again. Will Ayton attacking the line. Shifted on one more. There's Collade. Harlequins 2 metres short. Even closer than that. They're having a look at it. And they've given it. A decision made by the AR on the far side. And with the first visit to the 22, Harlequins make it stick. Quins 5, Irish 0.
That was really well worked from Jamie Flatley there, actually. Great control at 10. Spread them a bit because they're big, lumpy. And, that's what we need to do. Exactly what he did there.
Well, see took it to the line. Hands. Quins 5, Irish 0. Conversion to come. Wait till you see this offload on the replay again. It's actually a fantastic try. Conversion's good. Quins had the extras, 7-0 after 18 minutes here at Cobham. And let's have another look at it again. The ball comes out and Flatley takes it to the line. It's the next phase. There he trots into position. And there goes the call. And then manages to free that. Good finish in the end from Ben Waghorn. He opens the scoring. Quins 7, London Irish 0. From Flatley. Looks to have shaken off that injury as well.
Yeah, it's good to see him back up on his feet. Hate to see someone go down early doors.
So you say just the 4 of us for Christmas Day. Who are the 4?
Oh, well, my parents, myself and my sister.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah. I'll only ask for a couple. I'll take what's given.
Good. Me too. That'd be a good penalty. London Irish. Ollie Allen surveying his options. In the first half. Making a good opportunity. Back in to stop now, thankfully. Of the game, but also because myself and Connor are stood outside. No, the game might not have gone soft, but I certainly have. Right, that's quickly off the top then. As Ollie Allen. We see it for Matt Salisbury. From the right, Allen arrives and sends Tolly Reeves Hall to within 10 metres. Still not wrestled to the ground. Now eventually they get in there. Rory Taylor. By the Quins defence. Ethan Clark making the tackle. Oh! After Bird.
It's an unreal first phase move though off the line. That's superb to see. As a back 3 player, you see that and the ball's coming to you with no one in front of you, your eyes light up.
So 20 in with the referee's watch, so we'll be close enough. Tight one. Don't get too excited if your team's winning, because there might be a little bit of meat left on the bone. So Irish defending the scrum, but wanting. Ben Waghorn, the try scorer. Scraps really, so they'll be pleased to have got some point, but yet to really catch fire in terms of the attacking quality. particularly given the fact that London a decent Gloucester team last time out. Now there's a cross. Well, little bit of space here. Oh, looking for the pass and couldn't quite find it. Jake Golding doing well though, and Quinn's back in the ascendancy. Charlie Clear and Ethan Knight stepping in at scrum half. The London Irish back inside their own 22 with some defending to do as Flatley takes it to the line again. Then up the blind side they go. Oh, lovely little inside ball. We love a no-look pass. That's Smith. Takes it down by his feet and he's driven backwards. Big shot on him. Roman Barton not the man making it. Seb Driscoll. Quinn's back outside the Irish 22. Harry Brown. Onto the line it goes, and Johnny Green. Oh, a little pick and go there from Will Ayton. Dynamism from the hooker. Up the short side once more. Jake Holding. The ball's gone to ground and it's back in Green hands, and Irish survive again. Good defending from the visitors. And to their credit, massive shots.
Yeah, it's great scramble D as well. To have that pick through the ruck, and great tackle from the fullback, and to scramble back and be able to make a turnover that quickly is outstanding.
Now Ethan Clark making the tackle for Harlequins. Ollie Allen, the captain, takes his time. Clears with the box kick. Sensibly puts that straight off the park. Got a warm smattering of applause for that as well, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a great exit, to be honest. Forwards love to see that, just hit line and have a line up.
Yeah, fill the lungs.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, when you're at 15, you're the kind of guy that goes straight into their bad books if you're just playing kick tennis all the time.
Yeah, you get a few sad faces at half time, but what can you do?
I like to watch the halfway line in a game of kick tennis to see which forwards give up first and just put their hands on their hips and either hope for a line out or a knock on.
You'd be surprised who does it. It's normally the clever ones that do that instead of the unfit ones.
Oh, inside ball again is a good one. Smart handling from Quinn's. Johnny Green. Guess that ripped. It was George Hamblin, but it does come back the way of the quarters. Could be a bit of space here. Amir Sultan Edwards tries to go around the outside. Another good cover tackle from Matt Salisbury. Caleb Ashworth for Quinn's. Oh, Flatley throws the interception. Now, could there be problems here? Angelo Valentine's got bags of gas. And this time, it's Harlequins' turn to be wasteful. I think that'll be the frustrating thing for both teams, won't it? The chances they've had in the 22 that they've been unable to convert.
Yeah, that would be something to look at. I think it's not too big of a problem because they're just trying to throw the ball about, and you can't fault them for that, isn't it? So you love to see it, but you would like to see some go to hand, wouldn't you?
And also, it's Christmas, you know?
Yeah. Well, people want to come out and see that, don't they?
Certainly do. And the people watching at home as well. Great to have you here. Great to have your company. Bit of an injury problem for Harlequins at the moment. Some tape going on outside the boot. Again, if as part of your stream there are a few picture issues, we do apologise. We'll get the spanners and the toolkit out at half time and try and make sure that it's crystal clear for you coming into the second half. But with regards to Harlequins, there are plenty of live streams as well. All of the home games for the academy will be live streamed. All of the competition that aren't going to be part of the BBC or the RFU streams will be live streamed as well. And we do Harlequins live on a match day, COVID permitting. keeps ruining our fun, doesn't it? Although, fingers crossed, everything's going hunky-dory for the big game. Will you be in attendance?
I will. I will be in attendance with the family, which will be really nice.
I was there, well, no spoilers, but I was there for the rehearsals yesterday. It looks unbelievable. If you're watching at home, treat the family for Christmas. Playing against Wasps, the men playing against Northampton Saints. Both massive games in terms of the chase for the playoffs. But let's get back to this one, because London Irish are back into the 22, looking to equalise before the half hour. Connor Cross with a strong carry, and they get the ball free as well. Enright could have perhaps given that ball, but takes Irish to within 5 metres. Oh, it's been ripped though. Oh, goodness me. Harry Brown ripped. Then attempted the offload. The ball went to ground and Irish scored. Well, great opportunism from London Irish. Quinn's doing the hard work in defence and then making the fatal error. So this was the original break then from Alex Enright. Keep your eye on Harry Brown, who comes away with the ball. Then there's the offload. And Ollie Allen, the captain, scores. Difficult to tell from there. Did Rory Taylor get a naughty fingertip on that? Was that an Irish knock-on? Either way, he's got the opportunity here to equalise in the game. What a strange try.
They all count. It's on the score sheet, isn't it?
Certainly. There are no pictures on a score sheet, as they say. But on the balance of play, a fair outcome. I'm not surprised someone needs to hold that kick in tee for him. It's more like a road cone, but it certainly works, because Rory Taylor makes it 1 from 1 from the tee. And as we approach the half hour, Harlequins 7, London Irish 7. So let's take another look at this now. It was a lovely carry here. Could have perhaps gone a little bit early. But then Harry Brown doing really well over the ball. Scoops it clear. No complaints there. Ollie Allen dots it down. And then Quinn's knock on from the restart. It's been a change for Irish. Jack Lee has come on in the back row, in the head tape and the top knot. We're in number 20. So we're approaching half an hour on our clock. Connor, your thoughts on what we've seen?
It certainly got better. I think Faye's play has been a lot better from Quinn's point of view. Although Irish have been keeping them out pretty well with a good defensive set. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the closing of this half and the start of the next, to be honest.
The bounce important on this kick through. Oh, and it's held up nicely. Has it held up enough? No, it hasn't. Well watched. Well watched by Jamie Flatley. It's quick thinking from Ollie Allen, the try scorer. There was plenty of space in behind, but just didn't sit up enough for him. But again, under-18s academy game, you've got to try things, haven't you?
It's the place to try them, really. I mean, you say try it on the training pad, but no, this is the best place to try them, really.
So Quinn's with the put in between the 22 and the 10. Had a couple of scrum time penalties. Both of them have gone London Irish's way. Quins have got the shove on a couple of times. In it comes from Clare. There's Collade in a scrum half, but it's been left behind and picked up well by Rory Taylor. And that was Taylor in it. Acting scrum half. Jack Lee takes his first carry. And then Ethan Clark loses his balance. And Quins concede the penalty. Bang in the middle of the park.
Quins are giving quite a bit of field possession, aren't they, to Irish at the moment? They're just, and you know, he's a good kicker, so he's not going to miss that corner flag.
Well, you've got to expect 22 as a minimum return from a penalty like that. That's pretty much what he's done. London Irish return into the Quins red zone. Rhys Day. Oh, he's overthrown that one though, and this time Quins get away with it. There's Smith. Oh, lovely step off the right foot there. Ethan Knight, the fullback. Oh, we love a second row nudge. We love a second row nudge. Johnny Green pokes it into a gap, and that brings us to half time. It is honours even. Harlequins 7, London Irish 7. An interesting first half that certainly hasn't been the Christmas crack that we might have expected, but plenty to keep us on the hook and have us excited about what's still to come, Connor.
Yeah, definitely. There's great ambition in the game, and I'm looking forward to the second half because it seems to open up a little bit, and maybe a few mistakes. You know, we've seen an opportunistic try already, so I'm hoping for a few more. Well,
here was the first opportunity for London Irish. They had the better of the opening exchanges. This was their first real chance. It was a smart offload there from Cade Bird, but couldn't quite get onto it. This was when Quins showed a clean pair of heels. Lovely ball out the back there from Lude Collade, who stepped in at first receiver a couple of times, and then Jamie Flatley was brought down well. George Hamblin, that was a great tackle. And this was the opening try for Quins. I didn't see this cleanly the first time, but looking at it again, you mentioned the great work there by Jamie Flatley to make it happen. It was Ben Waghorn on the end of it. He actually had quite a lot of work to do there for the finish as well. But the referee had a good look at it. Had a good chin wag with the AR. And then Quins came again. But I think at this point we need to really credit London Irish's defence, didn't we? Because this was the pick and go by Will Ayton. And to scramble that and to come away with a turnover, massive credit there to London Irish.
Yeah, you can see they're pretty much already in position before we are, and we're on the attack. So that, you know, their defence coach has obviously done a really good job of getting them excited to get the ball back.
Yeah, it was Matt Salisbury who came away with it, and then they could go clear. And this was the try. I mean, it had been coming for Irish. There were plenty of visits to the 22. Alex Enright there with the carry. I think Harry Brown will be absolutely furious that came to pass, because he'd ripped the ball.
Yeah, he'd done all the hard work, hadn't he, and then just slipped out of his mitts.
But Ollie Allen, the opportunist, it was converted by Rory Taylor that sets us up for a second half. It is Harlequins Under-18s 7, London Irish Under-18s 7. So London Irish ready to get us underway in the second half. It is 7-7 after Quins took the lead. Ben Waghorn after a consultation. And then an opportunist try from Ollie Allen after some good pressure from Irish sets us up for another half of action. The last half of action perhaps before Christmas. Certainly you'll be able to watch with us. There are a full schedule, or there is a full schedule should I say, of under-18 academy games today. London Irish looking to go 2 from 2. Other results from that opening round of fixtures: Bristol Bears 27-12 winners over Bath. As we're back underway for the second half, that one flirting with the touchline, but ends up being an excellent restart. Northampton Saints beating Leicester Tigers in the East Midlands derby as well. Saracens 46, Exeter 12, and of course I mentioned it a couple of times, but London Irish 41, Gloucester 7. Not sure if you could hear that in the background, but very Merry Christmas to Sean, who's the camera operator today. He's done a lot of great work this year in all kinds of levels of rugby. But I've never seen a man go up a ladder quite the way he did, ready to get the second half underway. Spends a lot of time on top of stadiums, up scaffold towers, making sure that you can watch rugby of all levels. So Merry Christmas, Sean.
Actually,
and I wish we had another camera on his tower so we could have seen him get back into position for the second half. But he has been very busy at work, so hopefully the picture is crystal clear and you can enjoy this second half along with us. Second half that sees London Irish with the ball, tiptoeing around the Harlequins 22. Alex Enright is receiving some medical attention, which is the reason the play has currently stopped. So you're in a bit of a Worthing lonely house at the moment then, Connor. That's how you're occupying your time.
Yeah, there's 4 of us in our house, so I've got myself, Cass, Nathan Gibbs and Bryn Bradley.
Who does the cooking? Who does the washing up? Who does the complaining?
See, we started off all doing it for each other, but you know, with Gibbs is a big lad, and
I was going to say portion
Bryn's
control for the boys.
No, portion control didn't work basically, so we ended up splitting it. Me and Cass would do ourselves together and wash up together, and Bryn and Gibbs split allegiance. But no, we're all doing it individually now, kind of, because we all have different requirements. You know, I'm trying to put on weight, Bryn's trying to lose some fat, Gibbs is maintaining, Cass is maintaining. You know, so we've kind of got to do it for our own.
So you're trying to gain weight then. What are you tipping the scales at the moment?
93.
And what are you trying to get to?
About 95.
Okay.
Probably would be my playing weight.
Oh, come on. Boxing Day, surely you'll be sorted.
Well, yeah, let's hope so. Ted will be onto my heels, but I think I'll be alright.
It's interesting, isn't it? I'm always fascinated by some of the lads in the first team who I've spoken to about weight. Most notably Caden Murley, because he, I've got to put this delicately, isn't the tallest player in the squad, but he's about 100 kilos, isn't he?
You know what? You'd actually be surprised. Is he actually 100? I don't know. I'll have to get that. We'll have to get that fact again, because I was about to say I thought he was actually quite light for how
he's a big lump.
How muscular he is. He's looking at it was quite nice, isn't it? He's a bit of eye candy.
Steady on.
Sorry. Sorry to all the listeners.
Oh, don't apologise. They've all got eyes. Did you see that thing that he did with the budgie smugglers?
No, but I can picture him with budgie smugglers on. He can't get him off.
Him and Chiz were in budgies doing a fitness video. Very different types. Anyway, London Irish on the ball. Enright's back on his feet, which is great news. Oh, big shot on Salisbury, and the ball spills. Harlequins put it on the toe. How's this going to bounce? Chased back by Ollie Allen. It's going to go all the way out. And again, the opportunism costs Harlequins this time the way it cost London Irish in the first half. Maybe that tailwind a little bit stronger behind the ball than we initially anticipated. Yeah, but then you've got some of the big slabs, haven't you? So your Dino Lambs, etc.
He's a freak of an athlete, that lad.
Terrifying shape on him. But as a senior academy member, I know you're on loan at Worthing, but effectively you live the life of a first teamer.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. You know, we train during the week and pop off to Worthing on a Thursday evening before the game on the Saturday. But other than that, during the week, yeah, you're correct.
What a life. More on that later. We'll get back to the action here where Cade Bird goes to the open side. Good tackle there by Seb Driscoll, the open side, doing his job as Irish take it out to the right-hand side. Matt Salisbury looks sharp, gets away from the tackle, and Salisbury scores! Magic feat from the Irish fullback. And again, London Irish show how dangerous they can be with fast ball. Matt Salisbury had a lot of work to do here, but the fullback showed guile, power and pace, and London Irish lead for the first time. God, he had a lot of work to do here, but look at that little goose step one way, then the other. And once you miss one tackle, very often a second follows.
That's a superb finish, that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, as a fullback yourself, that must be one that you enjoyed.
Yeah, it gave me a few goosebumps, that did. Really nice.
Great start to the second half for London Irish as conditions here have got a little bit darker, a little bit quicker, and I'm going to be scrambling around my bag to see if I've accidentally put an umbrella in there. Harlequins 7, Irish 12. It remains. That's the first missed kick of the day. But signs of life in the back line. Another look at this. It's only 2 passes. Look at that, he had 2 men outside him. Quins looked to have that covered, didn't they? Oh, it was the second step, wasn't it? He went off the right foot, then off the left again. Great change of direction. And Quins knock it on again from the restart, but the fundamentals are there. The chase has been really good.
Yeah, you always say your kick's as good as your chase, but Flatley's putting it on the money there. I think we just need to try and come away with more ball there. Johnny and Harry will be pretty disappointed with themselves because they've come away with thousands of them. So
second half change in the front row for Harlequin. Jack Dory Palmer wears number 16. And Quins unable to make the physical dominance in the scrum transfer into penalties or territory, because they've given London Irish another easy out. And this time it's Rory Taylor who finds touch. That right foot, left foot combination of Allen and Taylor at half-back really works, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's really difficult to defend as a 15 when you've got a right and left footer. Really hard to read.
Oh, a step from Rory Taylor this time. It's tackled well. It's another good tackle by Seb Driscoll. Oh, and this time it comes back Quins' way. Jonathan Smith. Whipped away by Collade. And here's Sultan Edwards on the left-hand side. There's Dory Palmer, lines up for his first carry, gets met by 2 men in green. Jack Lee's there. It's Sean Kerr who's come on, wearing 22 for Quins as well. Another change. There's Ludo Collade, appeared to have all the time in the world in midfield there, keeping his options open. Oh, a little nudge in behind. Oh, it's got a tip on by Rory Taylor, who's got some work to do now. Taylor manages to get a good connection on it, but flatly underneath it. Oh, glides one way then the other, and then just gets around Theo Williamson. But knocks the ball on the floor. And again, Quins failed to capitalise, and it'll be a London Irish scrum. So just looking at the changes, is that Kerr in at 10 now and Flatley in at 15?
That's another mullet at 10.
Yeah. I just don't know what to make of them. But, you know, it's not for me. It's not for my generation. And that's fine. I mean, you've got a beanie hat on, but I'm assuming yours is a bit more sensible.
Yeah, I keep it pretty civilised.
Smith's over the top of that, but Kate Bird does well to get it away quickly. Really good tackle on Tolly Reeves-Hall. Oh, and then another shot there by Johnny Green. So Flatley underneath it, good chase on Flatley, a good step as well. Angelo Valentine gets there though, and good defence from Valentine, marshals him into touch. He had a good kick chase there. Irish still lead 12-7.
Yeah, it was a great D-set on their 22 to kind of force them to kick it back to us around the halfway. I was just wondering if a few of the lads... We got a fan giving it here. Just wondering if a few of the lads could work back and help out a little bit, to be honest.
Oh, offload out of the back door there. Salisbury, the try scorer, finds Kate Bird. Lovely hands. And Irish playing with a bit of confidence. That's Oscar Grantham, and then he finds Theo Williamson, who steps inside, but again Irish cough it up, and Jake Golding takes advantage. Oh, Golding striding into the 22. Good cover tackle though. Rory Taylor chases back to snuff out any threat. Oh, Golding. Exciting runner.
He's had a really promising start to the second half.
Well, it will be an Irish line out. Tosin Tariba on in the front row for Quins, who infringe again. So Will Trenham still stood next to you, Connor. Is that his dad's coat?
I think he might have given in, yeah.
Could be, yeah.
He might have gone back to the car, bless him.
So Golding, following that break, is down. It's his right knee he's struggling with. Just gestured to the outside of it. You can see one of those friction burns from the artificial pitch as well. Have you ever been on the wrong end of those?
Well, yeah, plenty, and I'm not a fan of these. Really not a fan.
I mean, as they go, this one looks a decent surface, but they do split opinions. And we're going to have another look at this as well. So keep your eye on Jake Golding here. It was the step inside from Theo Williamson. Did really well to get away. There was the step there, and then managed to just push himself off Kasim Dawood, and the cover tackle coming in from Rory Taylor. Now from right in front of us, Rhys Day, shortened numbers in the Irish line-out. Gone to the back, was it straight? Yes, says the ref, and Ollie Allen gets the attack going again. Oh, that's been ripped. Backwards, says the ref, so we're right on the halfway line, and London Irish going up the short side, Kasim Dawood. Oh, tipped on really well. Afa Fasagbon. Good hands from the forward pack, but Quins managed to slow it down. And Conor O'Byrne looked like he fumbled that and did well to hold on. So all the teams ringing the changes now, or both teams, should I say, ringing the changes. Good shot on Alex Enright. Quins turn to defend well and drive London Irish back. Second carry in quick succession there for Kasim Dawood. Eventually Irish put boot to ball. Sean Kerr's underneath it, takes that basketball style. Oh, little fumble there, and well gathered in the end. Toss into Reba. Oh, the inside ball there from Sean Kerr. Got a lovely volume on his mullet, isn't he? Just fluffy and nice. Ethan Knight takes it up over halfway. Since the try, neither team really been able to build a lot of momentum. And London Irish unlucky there. Just overreaching was Conor O'Byrne. He looked as though he had a good body position. Sarah Cox, no surprise, in a great position herself as the wind's just starting to pick up now and slightly favour Quins, and as a result they can arrow one right into the corner. And you can see it starting to blow the flags now too. And I've got a feeling, Connor, that this game is going to finish just in time for us to miss a deluge. Harlequins 7, London Irish 12. The next Harlequins game is in the new year, where they travel down to Gloucester, where they'll play at Kingsholm. That'll be an amazing experience for the boys. Talking about your under-18s, what grounds did you play at? Any ones that particularly stand out?
No, I think I was strictly here or at Roslyn Park.
Ah, okay.
But I know the under-17s, because it was a little bit different last year, it was split. So the under-17s did play at Franklin Gardens, which would have been lovely.
Really cool. Yeah, because so you were Whitgift School, obviously Quins, but Roslyn Park were your home club.
Correct. Yeah, that was
okay. Well, speaking of playing on 4Gs.
Yeah, I didn't like. I preferred the away games. You don't normally say that, but
there was had some great nights on the rock though.
No, it's a rocking atmosphere there, to be fair. Excuse the pun.
The last game I was at before the first lockdown happened. Oh, enough on that. Not particularly interesting story. After this line out, as Quins add the numbers, we've got Theo Martin in there as well. We're in number 20, looking to drive towards the line. Big opportunity here for Quins to get back on parity. Somebody's lost a jersey, but Quins still working towards the line. Now it goes to ground, but legally, says the referee. So Charlie Clare picks out Jonathan Smith. They're queuing up to carry here. I want a pick and a go. So close here, Harlequins. Best opportunity of the second half so far. Attacking discipline required by the home team, defensive discipline by the away team, who have been very defensively disciplined so far in this game, London Irish. Right underneath the sticks now, as the conditions just threatening to really get nasty here, but Quins do equalise. Fantastic discipline from Quins, from the line out to go through the phases. And Toysin Tariba gets the second try, conversion to come from right under the sticks. And that's the first time really, Connor, we've seen Quins go through the phases with the forwards and make it stick.
Yeah, no, that's great patience from the forwards. A lot of the time they get really keen, a bit of white line fever, because they don't get it often. But no, real good patience and good move in the point of attack. Instead of just picking and going around the rucks, they're kind of moving the pass, spreading Irish a little bit more, which is good.
And there was the final finish. And the Harlequins have converted the score as well and lead by 2 points. 14-12. So yeah, the last game before COVID happened was effectively the National 1 playoff decider between Richmond and Roslyn Park, which Park won, but then they did the count back and Richmond went up. But God, it was a hell of a game. Really, really good atmosphere. Club rugby in southwest London is alive and kicking, make no mistake. Well, the brilliantly named Murdoch Lock is on wearing number 21, and he put his left boot to that one. Bird Cade. Little hitch kick in midfield from the number 8. Oh, charge down there. And now the chase is on. Could this be an immediate response from London Irish? Yes, it is. Matt Salisbury gets his second after Theo Williamson made the charge down. And Quinn's just guilty of dwelling on the ball for too long, and London Irish taking full advantage.
Yeah, he's not making many mistakes as 15 today, is he? That's why he always chase your kicks.
Great charge down, and then just a little bit of a wrestle for it.
Good footballer.
He had plenty of work to do. Good try. That's 2 good tries he's scored. London Irish back in the lead. Difficult nudge this, into the wind. Little bit of drizzle as well. Oh, unlucky. Looked for a second like he was going to draw that one in there, Rory Taylor. But the wind just held it up. It drifts across the face. And it remains Harlequins 14, London Irish 17, as we take another look at the try. Brave charge down as well. He's nearly taken that one straight in the chops, hasn't he? Oh, this time Quins do come back with it. And
just what we needed.
so Alfred Akpos is on. We're at number 17 for London Irish. Big ball carrier. There's big gap in behind Harlequins here. Is that a 50-22? What a nudge. Great identification of space. And it is indeed a 50-22. Change at hooker for London Irish. Oban Baird, we're in number 16. And Irish secure the ball. In goes Oban Baird. Penalty advantage coming as Johnny Green loses his footing. So a free go at it here. The ever busy Roman Barton not. Now Taylor has a little dart himself. Sean Kerr eventually gets him to ground. Still penalty advantage coming here for London Irish in search of a 4th try. Cade Bird. So Allen taps and goes and takes it all the way to the line. Connor Oburn. Kasim Daoud steps back in. London Irish 2 metres out. Another penalty. And again, they're going to tap and go here. Kasim Daoud gets low. Plenty of Quinn's bodies there, but plenty of Irish bodies. Well, we're queuing up for the carry. Instead, the ball is held up. Next time we'll have to bring our X-ray specs, because we're on the ground level with the spectators, and when the ball goes into the corner we can't see what's happening. But Matt Salisbury is on the ball and he finds Cade Bird. I can tell you that all very nearly picked off in the middle of the park by Quins. Instead it'll be a knock-on advantage to London Irish, and more ball inside the Quins half, looking to extend the lead. George Hamblin, and then Allen goes up the short side. Matt Salisbury on a hat-trick takes them up to the 22, London Irish, and Quins turn the ball over.
That's great defence from Spriggett on the edge there. He was down by about 4, but chose to really put pressure on put pressure on the Irish 15 there and really closed it off.
And in a few minutes' time we're going to start talking about man of the match candidates. Oh, what a kick. But before we single somebody out, who's impressed you on both teams today? Who do you think's had a good knock?
Well, originally in the first half I thought Waghorn had an outstanding first half, and it was a shame to see him go off, so hopefully that's nothing too serious. And then, you know, you're looking at the engine room. Seb Driscoll's just been in and around chopping everything that walks, to be honest. Johnny Smith's had some good carries, hasn't he? And then as you get out into the back line, you know, Ludo's a you know, he dictates very well. Jamie's had some good bits, and Jake Golding's been pretty superb on the outside, and then you know, over to the Irish side, I think their 15's pretty hard to go amiss. He's a pretty top contender at the moment, and their forward pack's actually just really carrying him at the moment, which is really useful as a 10. I think the 10's doing a pretty good job of being able to dictate the play on the front foot.
Some strong boys. It's Jack Wadman with the carry. Completely new front row now then for Harlequins. As Flatley throws the intercept, and Angelo Valentine pins back his ears. Great chase by Sean Kerr to stop Valentine, who gets up and has another go and wins the penalty. Firstly, great work from Valentine, then fantastic work from Kerr. Even to a round of applause from you.
Yeah, that's a great chase down. I think Sean, a Whitgift boy, looking after another Whitgift boy. Flatley's throwing that, and Sean's trying to just save his mustard a little bit. So no, what speed? I didn't realise he was that quick.
It was a great take from Valentine, who we know is quick. Look at Sean Kerr, mullet aerodynamics coming into their own. And then the Quins players arrive. Valentine holds on for too long, and a frustrated Ollie Allen there couldn't quite get there in time. In fact, that Valentine who stayed down after that burst as well.
I think Jamie's breathing a bit of a sigh of relief now. You can see his stomach's come out.
It's always the risk when you take the ball to the line, though. You're always going to throw one intercept every now and then, but you can't discourage an outside half from doing that.
No, not at all. You've got to try things, and he saw a picture and went for it.
Yeah. So you play most of your rugby at full-back, but you're happy to slot in at 10. How differently do you approach the game when you're wearing the 10 jersey to the 15?
I think, well, obviously you're always in the thick of it, aren't you? And I think kind of playing 15 helps me, and vice versa, play the other position. You kind of just get to understand it. It makes you scan a lot more, just when you're in attack and stuff.
I think you've got to be very mentally prepared for every phase, regardless of whether you're at 10 or 15 in attack and defence, haven't you?
Well, you'd say that, but you see a lot of 10s, they're sometimes not mentally screwed on, and that's when stuff starts going down the pipeline. But yeah, you'd hope so. That's an ideal scenario.
Oh, it's well kept in, but if it's not gone out, then it's an offside, I think. So let's talk plans for you then, because you know you're injured at the moment. You're on loan at Worthing, but I'd imagine you'll be looking at strapping the quarters on soon. Some of the lads that you've come through with had an opportunity in the first couple of Prem Cup games, most notably that fantastic game against Northampton Saints, where there was the last-minute try to win it. You were involved with the pre-season games, weren't you? Was it Cardiff you played against?
Yeah, no, it was nice just to have a bit of almost like a reward at the end of pre-season, just to see where you're kind of at. But no, it was lovely to see some of the boys get a run out. You know, Jamie Benson, Will Hobson has been getting a run out, and you know, got a run out last week in the European Cup game, which is really good to see. It's deserved.
Yeah, Jamie's break in that Saints game. Bet he was dining out on that afterwards.
Yeah, he hasn't let go of it.
Here come Quins then, looking to get back ahead in the game. Dished on there to Jake Golding, who gets away from one and dishes it back inside. The support line comes from Jamie Flatley, and Quins lead again. Well, Jake Golding has threatened to do that a couple of times, and Flatley has gone from hero to villain, back to hero again. Quins 19, Irish 17. Let's take another look at this. Great to see Quins putting some width on the ball. And Golding's done really well there, hasn't he?
He has no right to get through that tackle. Was that first phase try, was it? Yeah. So I was talking to Jordan beforehand, and he's saying he's expecting a few one-phase tries, so he's got one. Well done, Jordan.
We will chalk that up as one for Jordan. He'll be claiming responsibility for that, will he? When he has the when he gets to have the drumstick off the turkey on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, rightly so though. We had a few last year that were all just come from upstairs on his behalf.
Another good conversion. 3 from 3 from the tee for Jamie Flatley. 11 points to his personal tally. 21 to Harlequins, 17 to London Irish. And the pendulum swings once again. Yeah, it was first phase from the base of the scrum. This is a lovely ball.
Just puts him on the out, doesn't it?
Because Flatley, he gets on the outside, but then Golding really could have just been ushered into touch, but he's a strong ball carrier. That's a good take there by Oscar Grantham, and then guided over by Rory Taylor, taken inside the 22. Kerr does well. And then takes the ball on himself, tries to stay in field, but then just fumbles it. Knock on, so London Irish will have a scrum inside the Quins half. Plenty of width to work with.
I wonder if the lads are having a few conversations on field, because that's, you know, kind of the second time we've been pushed out there. So whether we look to kind of hit the 15, have a bit of a two-sided attack, and go from there, because we talk about landmarks on the field, and on the edge is kind of our landmark. Everyone kind of knows where to go. So I think we're go to the edge a little bit too seriously here, going right out, but just try and hit the 15s, and then we can play from there.
What I'm interested in, you mentioned Jordan there, and there'll be older Harlequins supporters watching in particular, and probably London Irish supporters as well, who remember him as a sensational player. But you guys are probably all a little bit too young to realise how good he was.
Yeah, I think sensational is a strong word. No, I'm joking. We've because the Quins media team are pretty good at reloading some of the greats, and seeing. I didn't know Jordan could move so well, because he certainly can't do it now, that's for sure. He's talked about stripping off his boots and coming down for a whirling game, but I'm not sure.
Imagine slotting in at 10 and just giving him a short ball at 12.
He'd just be picking up scraps at that point.
Quins 21, Irish 7. Quins turning the screw, and if they come away with this ball, no they haven't. Irish scramble well. Cade Bird at number 8 really has had a good game in the blue scrum cap for London Irish. Well, there's a missed tackle in midfield there, and the ball goes to ground, and they lose a bit of momentum here, Irish. Good cover tackle. Ludo Collade comes over and clatters Rory Taylor. Three tries apiece. It is the boot of Jamie Flatley that separates the two teams. And Jamie Flatley thinks he's done something really well there, but in fact has done the exact opposite.
To be honest with you, I would have done the exact same. So I don't know if that's one of the new rule changes or what. Chenham's giving me the rundown.
Good ball, lovely pick up there by Ollie Allen, and then passes it in one move. So Enright. Oh, he will never ever want to see a replay of that in his life. And as I've said, he never wants to see another replay of that in his life. That is exactly what we're going to do. And to be fair, Alex Enright, another player for Irish, has had a very good game, but it could have been on there. There were men outside him. But the ball is back with Harlequins. So Flatley again takes it to the line. But Tom Golder wearing number 19. Another new introduction to the Quins pack as Murdoch Locke goes quickly, gets around. Cade Bird doesn't want to get isolated here though. No, but it's knocked on again, and it is Enright who comes away with it. Chance to make amends for Enright. Quins back in the Irish half. And have they pinched that, Harlequins? Yes, they have. Well, this topsy-turvy game has certainly given players the opportunity to flex their muscles at the breakdown. And that's what Toisin Tariba did there. Coming up to 64 minutes on our clock. Quins 21, Irish 17. Another try here for Harlequins. We'll give them a bit of breathing space. We'll take them to beyond a converted score. In fact, neither team has been beyond a converted score ahead in the entire game. Quins went 7-0 up, then Irish went 12-7 up. And then Quins led, then Irish led, then Quins led. But massive opportunity here for Harlequins to get a fourth try. But again, the opportunity goes, and it is Bird. And maybe the chance for Irish to counter here. There's a 3-on-1. Oh, it's fumbled and it's gathered, and it's well gathered too. The offload goes to ground. It's dived on by Oscar Grantham. And Quins turn it over.
It's just a seesaw, isn't it?
It is. But the game remains in the balance. Locke puts that one into the winter sky. Well gathered by Rory Taylor. A good pass off the left hand by Oscar Grantham, and then good pace here by Valentine, who looks for the offload, can't get it there, but London Irish back in the Quins 22. This has actually turned into a brilliant game of rugby. After a shaky start, both teams really put on a show as that gets knocked on by Oban Baird.
I think a few lads are needing to take a knee here, because that was a lot of running rugby.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Yeah, the ball was in play for a long time there, wasn't it?
To be fair to the forwards, none of them have taken a knee. Normally it's them.
Sean Kerr is down getting some medical attention. I'm sure it is a physical injury, but maybe more in senior rugby. There are definitely some front rowers who'll go down with a lung injury, won't they?
But yeah, I think we had an away game, and I think they went down about every 20 seconds, but closed the game out more than anything else.
What does Christmas look like for you then? How much time do you get off from the training ground?
Well, I think we get a decent amount of time. It's just the timing of it. I think after the Cardiff game last week, we had 3 days off, and then obviously the lads are in preparing for a big game, and training today, tomorrow, Boxing Day. Not full days, but still are in. Just
so Christmas Day off.
Yeah, Christmas Day off, and then Boxing Day afternoon for a couple of hours they'll be in, I think.
So we had Stefan Levis on the on Quins Live around Christmas time, and I talked to him about the Christmas dinner that him and a couple of South African lads had, and they did something like 7 kilos of meat between the 4 of them. Phenomenal level of eating.
No, it's ridiculous what some of them can put away. And the meat that they put on show as well, the South African meat's just different gravy.
God. That's it. Harlequins have come through, and they've won here against London Irish, inflicting a first defeat of the season on London Irish. In doing so, they had to battle back. The boot of Jamie Flatley was the difference between the two teams. 21-7. Having run out of time, we didn't announce a man of the match, so who would you like to select?
A lot of good contenders, but I'm going to give it to number 14 of Quins, Jake Golding.
Congratulations, Jake Golding. Thank you very much for joining us wherever you've been watching. Keep your eye out in the new year for live streams of Harlequins Academy and the Harlequins women as well, in their pursuit of going back-to-back with the Premier 15s. Full time here It is Harlequins Under-18s at 21, London Irish Under-18s 17. Well, let's have a look at the highlights of the match. The first try that, can't believe I didn't see this the first time. Look at that for an offload. Absolutely sensational. And that sort of sparked London Irish into life, really, because they'd been wasteful before that. And after all the good rugby they'd played, they needed to take advantage of a little bit of luck. It was a great rip. And then Ollie Allen was on hand to touch it down. Frustration for Brown, elation for Allen. The conversion was good, and we went in at half-time level. Now, pass off the left hand from Taylor, but the finish from Matt Salisbury was absolutely second to none. If the first try was lucky, there was nothing lucky about that. That was the first of 2 tries for the Irish 15.
Certainly try of the day from my point of view.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. And just then, when you thought that London Irish might be in the ascendancy, back came Harlequins. Bit of forward discipline. This was from solid line-out ball. Through a few phases. And then Toysin Tariba taking his position. There he goes there, crashing underneath the sticks to bring Harlequins level once again. The conversion put them 14-12 ahead. And then there was a little bit of a dwell on the ball. Long enough for Theo Williamson, who only came into the team in the last minute due to Rockley failing a COVID test. Great charge down, and Matt Salisbury got his second to cap off a brilliant personal performance. And then there was this moment, perhaps the moment where Quins finally believed they could win the game. Angelo Valentine just didn't look like he believed he could get there, did he? Just always looking over his shoulder, but it was a great chase from Sean Kerr.
Yeah, it was just the mullet chasing him down, I think.
Yeah.
He just knew someone was coming, and it looks like he did actually.
Gives you an extra few metres per second. And this is the moment that won the match for Harlequins. First phase try. Lovely ball out here to Jamie Flatley, who's in the wide channel. Dished it to Golding here. How he managed to get around Oscar Grantham is anyone's guess, but then the offload back inside. Flatley running the trailing line. And that is all she wrote. Something that I've not yet done, but I've been meaning to, is to say thank you to the Young Rugby Instagram account, who spent about an hour on the phone with me this morning, filling me in. They do an absolutely brilliant job of keeping on top of this league. So if you're looking to stay in touch with everything that's going on with young persons rugby, particularly the Prem Rugby Under-18, then make sure you follow Young Rugby on Instagram. Are you a follower?
I think I am, yeah.
You should be. There are a couple of the Quins boys who are involved as ambassadors as well. Lewis Liner and Caden Murley as well. But all that remains to be done is to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and we look forward to seeing you again. Connor, thank you very much. Give yourself a mark out of 10 for your co-commentary debut.
I'd say 6.5 is always better.
It's been great to have you on board, and looking forward to getting you on Harlequins Live in the new year as well. Get yourself fit and get yourself playing. Full time here from Cobham. Harlequins Under-18s 21, London Irish Under-18s 17. Thank you very much for joining us. But until next time, goodbye.